So the candle that I will be reviewing today is from GooseCreek Candle, and the name of it is Dazzling Popcorn. That is the color of the wax. It's like a caramel color, light brown color. And on the front is a bowl of what appears to be caramel coated popcorn and a little reindeer, a white reindeer there in the corner. So the fragrance notes in the Dazzling Popcorn candle are buttered popcorn, sparkling berries, salt, and vanilla. Now on to the real important question to be answered. Is this candle worth your money? Well, my answer to that question is yes. This candle is something special, in my opinion. This is not just a caramel glazed popcorn fragrance. As a matter of fact, this really didn't have a strong popcorn fragrance. And that's one of the things that did concern me a little. I thought that when I purchased this candle, this would either be great or that this would not go very well. Because with popcorn or a popcorn note, if you do too much or if there's too much of a popcorn fragrance, it could end up smelling a bit stale or like stale socks. So thankfully that is far from the case here. Now in regards to the popcorn note in this candle, I think that it's balanced out very well by the sparkling berries note and the vanilla note. So while I am able to smell that note, the buttered popcorn note, it's really not what I'd say is a featured note. I actually smell more of the sparkling berries and the vanilla, and then maybe like a undertone of the buttered popcorn and salt. I actually really appreciate that and like that. I thought that there would be a caramel note in here, considering that there is a picture of what appears to be caramel corn on the front. But this actually kind of reminded me a little bit of the fragrance of kettle corn. And what I also appreciate about this fragrance is while I do enjoy and I can handle a sweet smelling fragrance, this is sweet, but it isn't overly sweet. I really don't think that this would offend my company or potentially be overpowering or smell overpowering to any company of mine who came over that isn't as fond of these sweet dessert fragrances as I am. I think that this is a mildly sweet fragrance, but it's smooth. I think the vanilla note and the sparkling berries smooths it out, but also brightens it just a little bit. At first, I thought that that fruity note that I was getting was an apple, some kind of apple. I know that there's a variety of apple notes or apple fragrances or just apples in general. But I thought that this fruity note I was smelling was kind of an apple smell, but apparently it is the sparkling berries. And so while this fragrance can fondly remind me of the fragrances or the smells that I could smell at the fair, those good smelling food fragrances that you smell, it's not immature. I actually purchased last summer 2021, a candle called Summer Boardwalk. And the Dazzling Popcorn actually reminded me just a little bit of Summer Boardwalk. Even though I personally prefer the Dazzling Popcorn fragrance, the reason why these two remind me of each other is because of this. So the fragrance notes in the Summer Boardwalk candle from Bath & Body Works are caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, salty sweet cream. So they both have a salty note. One has an apple note and the other has a sparkling berries note, even though, as I mentioned, at first I thought there was an apple note in here. And then caramel glazed popcorn. Now, they don't have that in common. They don't have the caramel note in common. And I think that is what makes the Summer Boardwalk candle or fragrance sweeter and stronger. Comparing the two, I think the Summer Boardwalk fragrance has a much stronger throw, to the point where it could offend someone who's not used to sweet smelling fragrances. Whereas this, it's milder, but it's still present. It still has a very good throw. And the sweetness is not as sweet. It's a very perfect balance between the buttered popcorn, the sparkling berries, and the vanilla notes. Now, speaking of the throw, I personally always test my candles out in the living room to see the performance of the throw. And then I leave all my doors open, my bedroom door, bathroom door open, to see, am I able to smell this fragrance just in the living room where the candle is, or can I smell the fragrance as well in the kitchen? Does it flow through my bathroom and into my bedroom as well? Mind you, I live in a one bedroom, one bathroom space, and my living room and bedroom are right next to each other to give you some context. So with that in mind, I was able to smell this fragrance all throughout my home, but it wasn't overpowering. Again, it was present, but it was mild and smooth and sweet, and I was really able to appreciate it without being overwhelmed by it. Now, also keep in mind, I do only have the 7-ounce single wick candle, so I don't know how the throw would do, or if it would be any different if you did this with a 3-wick 14.5-ounce candle, but that is something to keep in mind. Now, another thing I love about this fragrance is the fact that it would blend and mesh with other fragrances very nicely. And I actually have a few suggestions that I think would go or pair perfectly with the Dazzling Popcorn. So one of the candles I think would do excellent with this Dazzling Popcorn fragrance is the Warm Crunchy Cone. I mean, you want to talk about making your home smell like the fair. And the reason why I think this would be great if you wanted to blend fragrances is because you have the waffle cone note, the vanilla note, whipped butter, caramel, soft cinnamon, and warm spices. And then with the Dazzling Popcorn, you have the buttered popcorn, sparkling berries, salt, and vanilla. I mean, they have some similar notes, but I just think that would smell so good together. Now, another type of fragrance that I think would go so good with the Dazzling Popcorn is the sugared donut. Oh, that would smell so amazing, because the notes in here are as follows: fried donut, warm sugar, fried dough, soft cinnamon swirl, and sprinkled sugar and warm vanilla. Oh, I want to order these so bad. That fried donut and the warm sugar and the fried dough with this candle and the warm vanilla. Oh, such a perfect blend. And these also come in 7-ounce candles, wax melts, and a large jar candle. I also think that the cider house donut would pair perfectly with this. It too comes in wax melts. The notes in this are fried donut, warm cider, apple, sugar, and vanilla. Because it has a vanilla note, the Dazzling Popcorn, and it also has somewhat of an apple fragrance. I mistook it for apple, but it's a sparkling berries. But I think the blend of those two fruity notes and the vanilla would be so delicious. And then lastly, what I wanted to show you was a fragrance called Carnival Pralines. Now, check out the fragrance notes in this: warm caramel, toasted hazelnut, delicious pralines, chocolate cream, whipped vanilla, and salty essence. I want this. I am going to do this myself. I have got to purchase the wax melts in the Carnival Pralines and some of those donut fragrances. Well, that's the end of the review. I do hope that you come back and join me for another review or more content having to do with home fragrances. I hope that you have a great day or a good night. Bye.